And it's a very good morning to you on this, the 28th, no, the 29th of July, 2027. My goodness, how time flies. Very soon I have to be paying debts again. How time flies. Today we got a controversial topic that I want to discuss with you. So welcome to another video of the Federal Alliance of Southern Africa. This is a video that is going to cause some stir, I believe. And who knows, maybe even provoke some people and we get some hate mail. That'll be good, at least we get some mail. In any case, good morning and welcome. Let's see who comes up as we start this thing this morning. And let me have some coffee. I see there's somebody spying on me. Just say good morning or hi if you can. There's a lot of guys that can't, but I've tried this algorithm thing. Hulle wil nie lekker saam met ons werk nie. In any case, good morning. There we go. Just need to get some heat into the body. Had a good shower, as I normally do. Rudy, good morning. Is it Rudy? Ja, it is Rudy. Ek is nog besig om wakker te word. Maar good morning. In any case, we are looking at Executive Order number 21. Now, there's still a lot of these things, guys, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done. There's a lot of work, and when I look at all this work, I can't actually wait to begin. It's like you've thrown out a puzzle, right, on the table. There's a puzzle on the table. You painstakingly went and you turned each and every little piece around, right? Then you went and you started putting these little puzzle pieces into the groups that you think, color-wise, basically, right? So that is where we are at now with the Federal Alliance. There's groupings, there's pieces of puzzles in those groupings that need to be fit together. And now you want to just crack your fingers, warm your hands, and sit down with that puzzle, and nobody's got to bother you. And you've got to do that puzzle, right? So now, after yesterday, we've got a few bit more pieces to the puzzle that of the one grouping. And hopefully, prayerfully, soon the one grouping will be sorted. Remember, I ranted and raved about that on Monday. And so by today, there's a grouping that's going to be sorted. Well, it's not going to be sorted today, but we're on the right track. We're on the right track, and this is important. So, with that being said, we're going to look at the recognition of natural biological genders and the protection of traditional family values. Genders. We're going to speak about that. This is a huge topic, all right? Because we've been bombarded for the past, 3-4 years, especially from the United States and the nations where these evil 13 families rule. We've especially been bombarded from that side with LGBTQ, and there are many more, there are much more than one gender and all that rubbish, right? So we're going to just look at this. Look at this, right? So, the subject is the recognition of only 2 biological genders and the protection of family and cultural values. The Federal Alliance of Southern Africa is founded upon the principles of tradition, cultural integrity, and the respect for natural biological facts. Of course, we are also founded on the principles of the scriptures. Whereas the recognition of only 2 genders, male and female, is consistent with biological science, social structure, and cultural norms that had existed for centuries in the nation's history. Not only in this nation's history, in world history. The national identity and social cohesion of the people of the Federal Alliance are grounded in the traditional family structure, which is based on the union between a man and a woman, and which has served as the foundation for stable communities and strong moral values. As I mentioned, the recent expansion of woke ideologies and the promotion of the LGBTQ rights in the public sphere have created division, confusion, and societal imbalance in South Africa, leading to the erosion of traditional values and institutions that have long defined the nation. This rubbish that has come over from across the seas has turned cities like Cape Town into a free zone for gays and other types. All right? For me, it's not a biological thing that you tend to the left. To me, it's a sin, right? We can't get past that. It's a 6,000-year-old sin. The government of the Federal Alliance of Southern Africa has a duty to uphold biological facts. It's our duty to uphold biological facts, protecting the integrity of its culture and reaffirm the natural order as defined by God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and by nature. Whereas it is essential to restore the fundamental understanding of gender as male and female, and ensure that all policies, public services, and cultural institutions align with these established truths. Did you know it was up until the Verwoerd era, and definitely earlier in the United States and other places because of the First and the Second World Wars, but it was during the Verwoerd era that, Johan, good morning, that women who were traditionally homemakers, where women was brought into the public sphere, where they could start getting admin jobs, and eventually they became managers, CEOs, etc., etc. But in South Africa, that only started in the Verwoerd era. All right? And then that was also the beginning of the slow death of the family structure, because it is a slow death. If you look at many families today, it's either a one-parent family or it's a family that has been constructed the second or the third or the fourth time, trying to put two pieces of a puzzle together. Right? Or it's two wrong pieces of the puzzle trying to connect. And you can put the piece of a puzzle into the wrong hole, my friend. If you know what I'm saying. So they're trying to connect this puzzle. It won't work. It's biologically impossible. And we have lost that family thing. You know, a family thing was always the children can stay in the house as long as they want. They don't get kicked out when they're 18 years old. Right? Because by the time that they're 18, you have instilled traditional values and morals and ethics, and they want to go out into the world and they want to build their own family. But they don't forget where they started. They come back to the table in the kitchen. Right? The table in the kitchen has been replaced with a marble slab. Isn't that true? The table in the kitchen has been replaced with this convenience of modern appliances and all that, and die houttafel pas net nie meer in nie. But the kitchen was the place where the family gathered, man. around the table, chatting while food is being made, etc., etc. Now, in today's society, where we are in South Africa at the moment, there's no blame game here, right? There's no blame game. Just remember that there's no blame game. We are in a position where men hardly get any work. If you're not prepared to wait for months upon months upon months and put in CV upon CV, you're hardly going to get anything. Excuse me. Right? So you have to try and be an entrepreneur. You have to try and do something with your free time. Well, if you don't have a job, you have a lot of free time. So you have to try and do something that fits who you are, so that you can produce some kind of an income. Because where we are at in this nation, this particular nation, we don't have that luxury anymore of getting a job. And we know why that is, right? And this is then led to the destruction of family values and stuff like that. That's about putting it in a nutshell, really. So, section number 1. The official recognition of only 2 genders. That's important. Recognition of male and female as the only genders. The Federal Alliance of Southern Africa officially recognizes only 2 genders, male and female, based on biological and natural sex as determined by birth anatomy and chromosomal makeup. The use of the terms gender and sex in all governmental and societal contexts will be in accordance with this biological distinction. Governmental and educational institutions, as well as healthcare systems, will align policies, practices, and records with the understanding that there are only 2 sexes, male and female. That's it, right? That's it. So, that being said, I understand the medical things of a male having more female chromosomes and a female having more male chromosomes. But that's only one part of the story. The biological aspects is what makes the final say. All right. The reaffirmation of traditional family values. The government of the Federal Alliance of Southern Africa reaffirms that the traditional family is the foundation of societal stability, where a man and a woman come together in marriage and raise children, ensuring the continuation of the natural culture, moral and familial values. Laws and policies regarding marriage, parental rights, adoption, and family structure will remain grounded in the natural male-female distinction. It was such a stupid thing that happened, but it's actually a deeply spiritual thing. A deeply spiritual thing. Section number 2, removal of wokeism and LGBTQ rights from public policies. Policy reform and removal of woke ideologies. All public and governmental education curricula, public service programs, and media channels will no longer promote or endorse woke ideologies, including the promotion of gender fluidity, LGBTQ rights, and other ideologies that seek to redefine or blur the distinctions between male and female. This is a very important thing, this. If companies, media channels, service programs do not adhere to this, right? We're not going to try to re-educate you. We're going to close you down and freeze your assets. And you can go promote your rubbish in another country. Simple. And I don't care if people say that I'm stuck in the past, of jy is eng, or you are stupid, or stuff like that. I don't care. I operate on what was, and what is and what will be. All right? All policies that promote gender identity ideology and related practices will be abolished, including those related to gender-neutral language, gender non-conformity rights, and any form of public support or recognition for individuals who identify outside of the biological male-female distinction. The stupidity of people out there, you know that the parents, they will allow their children to choose their gender. What a bunch of rubbish, right? Those very same parents will be judged and brought to book under the new laws concerning this. So if you're that kind of a person, just get the hell out of South Africa. Get the hell out, right? Prohibition of public funding for LGBTQ advocacy. Public funds will no longer be allocated to support organizations or advocacy groups promoting these kind of causes, right, or any related initiatives. State-sponsored educational campaigns, including social media and advertisements, will cease to promote LGBTQ rights and focus exclusively on traditional family values, gender identity based on biological sex, and the promotion of stable, healthy families. This includes the media, right? It's not a traditional family to have a black man and a white woman, and vice versa. That's not a traditional family. A traditional family is not a white man with a black woman. That's not a traditional family. But if that is who you are, if that is your preference, I cannot stop you. I've got no right to stop you. I can't stop that. But that's not a traditional family. And that simply means that your mother or father never taught you values, never taught you culture, never taught you anything traditional. And you just followed your own rebellious path. Because that's what you did. You followed your own rebellious path to get you where you are today. And now you're stuck. You can't move forward. Section 3, Enforcement of Religious Freedom and Natural Rights. Upholding of religious freedoms and natural laws. The natural law that recognizes male and female as the only legitimate genders will be respected and upheld in all legal, social, and religious contexts. In all religious contexts, right? Religious groups, committees, and leaders are free to teach, preach, and promote the belief in God-given genders as male and female without interference or restrictions by the state. All religious institutions and organizations shall be protected from legal and governmental action that seeks to force them to accept or facilitate any activities or beliefs that are in contradiction to the natural and biblical understanding of gender. Protection of parental rights. Parents in the Federal Alliance of Southern Africa will have the right to raise their children according to traditional family values, including the right to guide them in an understanding of gender as male and female based on biological facts. The government will not interfere with parents' rights to protect their children from teachings or ideologies related to gender confusion or non-biological gender identification. All these lawsuits and stuff that they have in the United States and in other so-called modernized nations. It's just a lot of time wasting, a lot of rubbish. The Reformation, Section 4 of the National Education System, this is important. All national education curricula at all levels will be revised to align with the recognition of only two genders, male and female. Sex education programs in schools will be redesigned to focus solely on the biological and natural differences between male and female, reproductive health, and the importance of family as the natural institution for child rearing. Schools will no longer promote the LGBTQ ideology or encourage gender identity, experimentation, and confusion. Teacher and staff compliance. Teachers, administrators, and staff at all levels of education will be required to adhere to the biological definition of gender as male and female, and will be prohibited from promoting non-biological gender ideologies in any classroom or school setting. You do not want to break this law. All right, we will lock you up and throw away the flipping key. Any staff found promoting or teaching alternative gender identities will be subject to disciplinary action, including termination and exclusion from the education system. Termination and exclusion from the education system. That's it. You will not be able to teach anywhere. Section 5, National Media and Public Broadcasting. State-run media alignment. All state-run media outlets and public broadcasters will be required to adhere to the principles of traditional gender roles, and it's also going to be private. There I said it. And promote content that aligns with the biological understanding of male and female. Programming that promotes or encourages confusion about gender will be banned. And not only just from state-run programs, but I divided it up into 2 sections here. Private media regulation. Now, this is important. While respecting freedom of speech, private media outlets will be encouraged to align with the nation's values and avoid promoting ideologies that contradict the natural male-female distinction. We're going to be very hard on this, guys. Publicly funded media will no longer be allowed to broadcast content that advocates these issues or supports gender nonconformity. I don't care if it's a good show from the United States or it's a good show from Canada or Australia, and you want to promote the series on your channel. If it has this rubbish, the show will be removed or those scenes will be deleted. You've got 2 choices. Only 2. 2 choices, that's it. Section 6, Legal Reforms and Recognition. Legal definitions of gender. Good morning, Mani. Legal documents such as birth certificates, marriage certificates, and health records will only recognize 2 genders, male and female, based on the biological sex of the individual at birth. Any legal claims or challenges related to the recognition of non-biological genders will be dismissed by the courts. Criminalizing gender misrepresentation. The misrepresentation of gender or the misleading of others regarding biological sex will be subject to legal penalties, including fines and potential imprisonment, particularly in cases where such actions infringe on the rights of others, particularly in public services or institutions. Implementation and oversight. Guys, this is an important subject, and it's not something that we can overrule. There's a verse in the New Testament that says that God destroyed nations because of disobedience. And any person that's got in their right minds, that's got some level of intelligence, will recognize that there is a God. You have to. If you don't, you're just rebellious. Implementation and oversight. Section 7, Implementation. This order will be implemented immediately upon issuance. Everything is immediately. All relevant government agencies, including the Federal Ministry of Education, Federal Ministry of Justice, Federal Ministry of Health, and National Broadcasting Corporation will initiate the required reforms within 60 days. Oversight and enforcement. The Office of the Ombudsman will oversee the enforcement of this executive order and report regularly to the President on progress, compliance, and public response. A dedicated task team or task force will be formed to address violations, including ensuring compliance with the new policies in education, media, healthcare, and public institutions. Klomp woorde. A lot of words in a nutshell. But this is our belief. This is more than just a change of the public order of things. This is a statement of our belief. And this is a statement that will be enforced once the Federal Alliance is established. And we're getting closer and closer and closer to achieve our goal. Closer and closer. And whether we get the finances bit by bit or in one big glob, we will achieve our goal. We are aligned with the right groups. I don't care what the groups that follow different leaders say. I don't care what they say. You see, the thing is that they don't have what we call the locus standi, and we have that. So I really don't care what the groups that follow Roots or Hofmeyer or any of these groups, I don't care what they say. You see, they can be in the media because they have that type of profile, that they're in the media, right? The camera just loves a celebrity. Just loves a celebrity. But it's not the celebrities that brings change to the world. It's the people. It's the will of the people. Yes, a celebrity can eventually become the leader of a nation. But it's still the will of the people. And the way that we are going about it is a way that we believe is the only sustainable method for 11 nations in one nation. Have you ever thought about that? You know, if you look at the United States, and I've mentioned them a few times today, I'm taking the pin off now. You know, because this is going to be so important for us. This little statement is going to be so important for us. If you look at the United Nations and what they go through, they have Mexicans, they have Chinese, they have Cubans, Spanish type of people, they have African Americans, they have their white population, they have Indian, different types of Indian tribes, etc., etc. But they don't have as many nations that are distinct as we have here in South Africa. We also have a mixed culture in our Cape Coloureds. We have Indian people, a lot. And we have different tribes. We even have different white segment populations, with the difference being the Boer and Afrikaners and the English. Yet we work together, live together. But there's two definitive separate groupings. So we have a nation of nations. And we've got to get them under this flag, guys. I don't know if the zoom of this thing is making it distorted, maybe like that. We've got to get them under the banner, the first flag. The first flag that flew over South Africa was the Prinsen flag of the Dutch. That's our flag. But the Springbok is our emblem. And the Protea is the Cape Province emblem, or associated with the Cape Province in a huge manner. Now this flag, with the Springbok, without the Proteas, but with the Springbok, was designed this way around. It used to look like this, with a Springbok like that. Was designed by Dr. H.F. Verwoerd. He wanted to be different. You see, and this is the flag that will eventually be the flag of the Federal Alliance. The flag of the Boer state will be the Vierkleur, as it should be. But every other state will also have their own flag that will bring a distinct feeling, Jan, good morning, of sovereignty to each and every nation. There will be a flag for the Zulus. There is, as a matter of fact, there are flags for these nations. And they'll be able to carry those flags with pride. even as we will carry our flags with pride. But the flags that will be flown at the sport fields will be this one. The flags that will go up in our governmental buildings will be this one. And this discussion of the two biological genders is a mission statement. It's a statement of our faith. It's a statement of what we believe. And it's a statement of how we want to proceed going forward. Because we as a nation, we have to admit that, all right, if there's still somebody out there, I'm going to just end off this video and I will add the two videos together. I just want to end this video off today and say that this will be our fundamental thing going forward, is to make sure that we uphold the values that has been given to us through our forefathers, and that it will be scriptural. It will be scriptural. So thank you for everybody that watches this video and promotes it. Don't forget to promote the 7 Rand Marketplace and the Rugby Anthem Zone for the sports lovers. We'll be working on the Rugby Anthem Zone again soon. As a matter of fact, this week, there'll be changes coming and updates coming and things like that, because this is a fluid app, right? So when there's games going, then the games will be promoted, etc., etc. So this is where we are at, and you guys must have a fabulous day. We are Freelanders, right? Then we are Boer, then we are Boer Afrikaners, then we are English, Portuguese, you name it, Nguni, Pedi, Venda. We are all these peoples, a federation, a nation of nations. Under God is unity, strength. With God is unity, strength. There's no other way. So a fabulous Wednesday for everybody that was watching. And as I said, I'm going to add this portion to the other video. All the best.